Hello and welcome back to the David67 Celtic News YouTube channel. Tonight's video going to be a wee preview of tomorrow afternoon's Celtic against Dundee United Scottish Premiership match. Game will be a 3 o'clock kickoff at Celtic Park. The game is live on Celtic TV outside of UK and Ireland. Otherwise, the game obviously will also be available on BBC Scotland Sports Scene and later on iPlayer as well. In today's video, we're going to have a wee look at my predicted lineup and predicted score for the game tomorrow, plus one or two wee stats regarding the game, and also a wee roundup of the key points from Brendan Rodgers' press conference this afternoon. So, as I was saying, Brendan Rodgers held a press conference this afternoon. He reflected on the game against Bayern Munich, the positives from that, and that he felt that Celtic were still in the tie, only one goal down going off to Munich next Tuesday. He was accentuating the positives, that Celtic had dominant spells, particularly in the last half hour of the game, and also was regretting the error that gave away the second goal, which may well prove pivotal and key in the overall outcome of the tie. He also said that James Forrest was back in training yesterday for the first time out on the grass, but did say it would be a few more weeks before Forrest was back into the Celtic lineup. And wee bit reminiscent of last season, where he very much came to the fore in the last 8 weeks or so of the season, and in many ways his return to form and return to the team kind of coincided with Celtic's particularly good run at the end of last season that saw us towards the title and the Scottish Cup at the end of May last season. Unfortunately, Paulo Bernardo is going to be out for 4 or 5 weeks, secondary to the injury he suffered against Raith Rovers last Saturday in the Scottish Cup, and it does slightly cut down Celtic's options in midfield, with Paulo Bernardo not being available for the next several league and cup matches and the second leg of the game against Bayern Munich on Tuesday. I do think that Brendan Rodgers in tomorrow's match against Dundee United in the league will rest and rotate a few players, but I think given the fact that we're playing the third place team in the current Scottish Premiership League, it would be rather ill-advised for Brendan Rodgers to make too many changes to the basic starting 11. So I think a few of the players who will be starters against Bayern Munich on Wednesday will be given the game off or popped on the bench just in case. So my predicted lineup for the game against Dundee United tomorrow is Kasper Schmeichel in goals, Alistair Johnston at right back, centre backs Trusty and Scales, giving Carter Vickers the weekend off. At left back, Jeffrey Schlupp, replacing Greg Taylor, although I expect Taylor will be back in for the game against Bayern Munich on Tuesday, although I personally would be opting to go for Liam Scales for his better defensive ability, his better strength and his better height, which may well be better overall if Celtic are going to need to defend at spells in the game against Bayern Munich. In midfield, Callum McGregor, Arnie Engels and Luke McCowan, giving Rio Hatate the game off, or at least putting him on the bench just in case. Out wide on the right, Dyson Maida swapping from left to right. On the left wing, out wide, Yang, and through the middle, Ida. And I think the plan would be to get Kuhn and Jota on later in the game, possibly giving Maeda half the game off, and also potentially popping Johnny Kenny through the middle if the game has gone well up to that point. Again, trying to protect Adam Ida for the big game against Bayern on Tuesday. In terms of the predicted score, given Celtic's good run of form, and that we beat Dundee United 2-0 around 5 weeks ago on the 8th of January. My predicted score for tomorrow's game is going to be a 3-0 win. And this will be the third time Celtic have played Dundee United in the league in the last 7 weeks, remembering that we had that 0-0 draw on a terrible windy day in Dundee just before Christmas, and then the 2-0 win on the 8th of January. And tomorrow's game will be the third in 7 weeks in the Scottish Premiership. And if Celtic do win, that will put us 16 points ahead with 12 games to go in the league season. Looking at some stats for the Dundee United against Celtic fixture, in the last 10 games between Celtic and Dundee United, Celtic have 7 wins and 3 draws. Looking at the last 21 games between Celtic and Dundee United, Celtic have 16 wins and 5 draws. And the last time that Dundee United beat Celtic was over 10 years ago in December 2014. Celtic have an amazing home record against Dundee United. Celtic have a 49 games unbeaten record in home games against Dundee United. And over that time, Celtic have 37 wins and 12 draws. And so very much looks like a very likely home win for Celtic tomorrow. Celtic are on a current run of 8 home league wins with a clean sheet. And only once this season in 12 league games at home have Celtic conceded any goals, and that was the 2-2 draw against Aberdeen in October. And in the 11 other league games this season, Celtic have not conceded any goals at all, which is a remarkable record for Kasper Schmeichel and the players who play in the back four for us. So, all in all, it looks like a very likely Celtic home win tomorrow afternoon would put us 16 points ahead. Our big rivals from across the city have a potentially rather tricky game against Hearts, which will be on TV on Sunday lunchtime. And so it could be by the end of the weekend as we prepare to fly off to Munich for Tuesday's Champions League second leg match. It could be by that time we are sitting 16 points ahead in the league with just 12 league games to go. That just about finishes things off for today's video. Just a wee polite suggestion, encouragement as we finish the video. If you are new to the channel, not yet subscribed, please do click that subscriber button. Getting very close to my next target, which is 1,200 subscribers, so just a few away from that. If you have liked the video, please do click that like button. It does help boost the channel, but also boosts Celtic Football Club's coverage on YouTube in total. And do feel free to pop your own thoughts regarding the lineup, the scores, and any other Celtic issues at the moment into the comment section for a nice, pleasant, polite debate, chat, opinion sharing amongst like-minded Celtic fans. My plan would be to do a post-match review of the Celtic Dundee United match, possibly Saturday evening, but more likely Sunday morning. And so until the next video, goodbye and hail, hail.